This is a countdown to Boom's return, if, of course, we fulfill lawyer Mike's condition. He said that if we get the needed number of views under his latest video by June 25th, then he'll not only publish an expose video about the company, but also invite Alexe for an interview. As you know, a few months ago, Alexe was supposed to give an interview to journalist Steven, but due to mysterious circumstances, it didn't take place. This time, everything is different, because next to Alexe, there will be a lawyer who, if anything happens, will help him express his thoughts correctly. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel, because this is possibly our last chance to see Alexe in the role of Boom. Well then, let's begin. It's a pity, of course, that Mike sets conditions for us because we're already all tired of this situation. Moreover, we already fulfilled his initial condition, where he asked to show activity and then we handled it. Now, there's a new condition. If we want an interview with Alexe, but for the sake of fairness, it must be said that Mike always sets conditions. That's probably what makes him a lawyer. For example, here's his post where he asked for 500,000 views. And as you already know, his expose video about Roblox became the most popular on his channel, gaining more than 17 million views. Mike said the video about Invis will be ready on June 29th. That is, he'll fulfill this promise anyway. But for an interview with Alexe, we need to get 1 million views on his latest video. As you know, Skibidi Toilet has been closed for 9 months already, and over these months we've tried everything. The Bring Boom Back movement, the letter from 57 YouTubers, the petition on change.org, the failed interview with Steven, hope for the purchase of rights by Valve Studio, the Let Boom Speak movement, the movement toward a 24 studio. And now, a new opportunity has appeared in our hands, and we can't miss such a chance. At the moment, we've gained 400,000 views. That is, 40% of the condition is already fulfilled. Mike lowered the requirements, and now instead of 1.5 million, you need to get only 1 million. I'm sure we'll manage. But we have only 48 hours left, and if we don't make it by June 25th, we may never again get such an opportunity to hear Alexe's voice. Imagine Alexe answering safe questions. Questions composed by a lawyer who has a large audience. Therefore, I ask you, click on Mike's latest video, set the speed to 2x, watch the video from beginning to end, and this way, you'll promote this video. And how interesting it turns out. Here, we're fighting for Skibidi, and meanwhile, the owners of the series publish all sorts of nonsense on their official account. I don't even know how to comment on this. Apparently, they think this is the target audience of their project. They reason approximately like this. Yeah, dude, this is cool. They surely watch the same stupid videos since they watch videos about toilets. Also, recently, they started publishing edits from Skibidi Toilet. But the thing is that these edits are made from fragments that Boom himself created, from the same episode 78, which, according to David, is better than all of Emergence. We haven't forgotten about a 24 studio, which bought out the back rooms and got huge success. We'll continue moving toward them if it doesn't work out with Mike. But for now, let's fulfill the condition to hear Let's stop for a second and realize how special this moment is. In all 9 months of struggle, we've never once had a real chance to hear Alexe himself. Every attempt ran into the wall of contractual restrictions. The interview with Steven Asarch fell through precisely because of this. And now, a person appears who can change the rules of the game. And the key difference here isn't Mike's popularity, but the fact that he's a lawyer. Remember why the interview with Steven failed in the first place. Alexe can't freely talk about the company because any of his words must be coordinated. One wrong step, and the company can sue him for breach of contract. An ordinary journalist just asks questions and can't protect his interlocutor from legal consequences. But a lawyer is a completely different matter. Mike knows exactly which questions can be asked and which can't. He knows how to formulate a question so that Alexe can answer without violating the contract. He knows where that line is that can't be crossed. That's why the format of an interview with a lawyer is so valuable. This isn't just a heart-to-heart conversation. This is a legally verified conversation where each question is thought out so as to get maximum information from Alexe with minimal risk for him. Mike can ask about things that formally don't violate the NDA, but at the same time reveal the essence of the situation. He can direct the conversation so that viewers understand the truth, even if Alexe can't say it directly. And here's what else is important. The very presence of Mike next to Alexe is already a signal to the company. It means that behind the creator now stands a professional who understands law. To intimidate a person who has legal support is much harder. Threats of lawsuits, with which the company so loves to pressure, lose their force when a lawyer with a 30 million audience sits across from them. Now let's honestly talk about why Mike sets conditions, and why this actually shouldn't irritate us. I understand. To many, it seems that we've already proven everything. We showed activity, we gained votes in the poll, we flooded him with comments. Why now another condition about 1 million views? But let's look at this from his side. Mike runs a channel with a huge audience. Each of his videos is an investment of time and resources. When he takes on a topic, he wants to be sure that this topic is really interesting to people, not just a narrow group of fans. The condition about views is his way of checking real demand. If the video gets 1 million, it means the topic is alive, it means his audience finds it interesting, it means the expose will get reach. This isn't a whim, this is a reasonable approach of a professional who doesn't want to waste effort in vain. And pay attention to an important detail. Mike already lowered the bar. Initially, he asked for 1.5 million and now lowered it to 1 million. This shows that he sees our efforts and meets us halfway. He's not trying to set an impossible condition to weasel out. He really wants us to succeed and therefore adjusts the requirements to our real capabilities. Let's look at the numbers soberly. Right now, we have 400,000 views. To the goal of 1 million, 600,000 remain. We have 48 hours for this. Sounds like a lot, but let's estimate. The movement for Boom's return has tens of thousands of active supporters. If each watches the video at least once, and even better, sends it to friends, the goal is achievable, especially since you can set the playback speed to 2x and watch the video from beginning to end. The view will still count, and it'll take half the time. This is an important point that many miss. To help, you don't need to buy anything, sign anything, or spend anything. You just need to watch the video. This is the simplest action of all that has ever been required of us over these 9 months. And at the same time, the potential reward is huge. The opportunity to hear Alexe himself, the opportunity to learn his version of events, the opportunity to finally get answers to questions that have been tormenting us for almost a year. Now, let's return to what the company itself is doing, because this is just beyond the pale. While we fight for the fate of the series, while viewers worry, while the creator can't say a word, the official Skibidi Toilet account is busy posting low-grade content aimed at the most undemanding audience. And you know what this says about their attitude toward us? It says that they don't respect us. They sincerely believe that the Skibidi Toilet audience is a crowd that can be fed anything, as long as it's about toilets. But they're deeply mistaken. And this whole story with the movement for Boom's return proves the opposite. The Skibidi Toilet audience, or more precisely Alexe's, isn't a brainless crowd. These are people who have been organized for 9 months fighting for justice. These are people who analyze every frame, build theories, conduct investigations, attract journalists and lawyers. This is a community with intelligence and principles. And the company that still hasn't understood this deserves the collapse toward which it's moving. They publish clips from Skibidi Toilet to maintain the appearance of activity. But what are these clips made of? From those very episodes that Alexe created. From episode 78, which by general recognition was one of the best, and which, according to David, is worse than Emergence. It turns out the company parasitizes on the legacy of the person it itself pushed out. They feed the audience his works, passing this off as their activity. It's hard to imagine a more hypocritical situation. And in this contrast lies the whole essence of the conflict. On one side, us, a community that fights for the creator in an organized and meaningful way. On the other side, the company that posts garbage and parasitizes on someone else's work. Who here is the real Skibidi Toilet audience? Obviously us. And they're just temporary owners of the brand who don't understand what they own. That's why this moment with the interview is so important. This is a chance to turn the situation around. If Alexe speaks, even cautiously, even within the framework of what the contract allows, this will become a turning point. For the first time in 9 months, we'll hear not the company's version, not pieces of correspondence selected by them, but the person himself. And this may be enough for the whole story to reach a new level. Of course, I understand that many are tired. 9 months is a long time. Hope flares up and then fades. But right now, when only 600,000 views and 48 hours remain until the goal, we can't give up. We've come too long away. We've survived too many disappointments to miss this chance due to fatigue. And remember, even if it suddenly doesn't work out with Mike, we still have a second trump card, a 24 studio which bought out the back rooms and turned it into a box office success. The movement in their direction continues, and if the interview doesn't take place, we'll redirect all energy there. But let's first use the chance that's right in front of us. Let's fulfill Mike's condition. So here's my final request. Open Mike's latest video right now. Set the speed to 2x. Watch it to the end. Send it to friends. It'll take you a few minutes, but it can give the whole community what we've been waiting for 9 months. Alexe's voice, the truth firsthand, and possibly the beginning of the end of this unjust story. I want to add one more thought about why exactly an interview and not an expose video is the main prize here. Mike will make the expose in any case. It'll come out on June 29th regardless of views. This is already a big victory in itself, but an interview is something fundamentally different. An expose is a view from the outside. It's an analysis of the situation by a lawyer, and an interview is the voice of the affected person himself. This is the difference between when they tell about you and when you speak yourself. For 9 months, the company controlled the narrative. They issued statements, they published selected pieces of correspondence, they formed a picture convenient for them. And Alexe was silent all this time because he couldn't speak. And now a chance appears to finally break this silence, to give voice to the one from whom it was taken away for so long. This is symbolically more important than any expose. And one more thing. Think about how this will look for the broad public. When a lawyer with a 30 million audience sits across from the creator of Skibidi Toilet and asks him questions, this automatically gives the whole story legitimacy. This is no longer fan drama in narrow circles. This is a serious conversation on a serious platform, and the company won't be able to do anything about it because the questions will be legally verified. Therefore, let's gather one last time. 48 hours, 600,000 views. This is all that separates us from Alexe's voice. Also, I ask you to subscribe to my backup channel, because last time I and other YouTubers somehow managed to repel strikes from the company. For now, they've calmed down, but I'm not sure that in the future this won't happen again. Therefore, the link to the second channel will be in the description. This has been Super Cameraman. See you very soon. Goodbye, everyone.